Hey everyone, Dave here with another Blu-ray Spotlight video. In this one we're going to be taking a look at another few releases just sent in to me from my friends over at Sanity and Universal Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. Let's get into it. Alright, so as I said, we've got a couple of brand new titles here from Sanity. These ones have come via Universal Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. Of course, Sanity do still have an online presence, even though they've closed down all of their brick and mortar stores. So you can head over to sanity.com.au and pick up any of these or any of their other really great selection of home entertainment stuff. They're one of the only places still in Australia where you can get physical media. So of course, head over there and check them out. We're going to take a look at these three titles right here. I enjoyed all of these ones and I would recommend all of these ones. But let's do a little quick breakdown of all of them. This one right here, Babylon, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, a really fantastic supporting cast in there as well, including Jean Smart and Tobey Maguire and so many other really, really great actors in there. I love this movie. This is one of, if not my favorite movie from last year. It is a very divisive movie. People either hate this one or they love it. I very rarely, or if at all, heard any in between on this movie. It's a 3-hour Hollywood epic which charts the early years of Hollywood, specifically the transition from the silent pictures into the talkies in the late 1920s. It kind of goes over a lot of the same ground that Singin' in the Rain did, that classic Gene Kelly movie, but it's not as pristine, it's not as clean and whitewashed as that. This is kind of the dirty, the dirty kind of realistic, filthy version of it, exposing all the filth that was happening in Hollywood at the time, and was probably still very much happening to some respect in the film industry. And you know, there's kind of these conspiracy things where I think maybe the Academy snubbed this movie because it showed a little bit of the underbelly of Hollywood. If you want to believe that kind of thing, whatever, but I think there's maybe something there. It's kind of based on a lot of real-life figures that were in Hollywood at the time. Margot Robbie's character is very much based on Clara Bow. You've got Brad Pitt's characters based on probably someone like Douglas Fairbanks. A lot of the stories that are told in this are kind of real, but it's told in this kind of fantastical kind of fictional way. But I loved it. I thought this movie's fantastic. I've watched it twice now, 3 hours, brisk spy, and I'll be watching this over and over and over and over again, probably every year, like I do with The Great Gatsby. Feel it's a similar film stylistically, but it's not, again, as clean or crisp. It's that kind of the Dirty Gatsby, the Dirty Gatsby. Yeah, like I love this movie, but again, a lot of people didn't like it and have said the 3 hours is like a 3-hour slog. I loved it. This is a great film. This one right here, again, another favorite from last year, The Fabelmans. This is Steven Spielberg's 2.5-hour epic retelling of his childhood, all the things that made him get into film. It's more specifically a story about him and his parents growing up and how he found a love for film and cinema and all that kind of stuff. As a huge Spielberg fan, he's definitely my favorite filmmaker, my favorite living filmmaker. This is a movie that I just absolutely adored. Again, I've watched it twice and loved it both times. The great thing about Spielberg movies is that every time you watch one of them, you just remember how much you love films, because he loves films and you can just see it on the screen. And his storytelling, his visual style, it reminds me of how much I love cinema every time. I just adored this film. This has got a really great, I think it's like an hour-long documentary. I think there's like 3 or 4 featurettes, but combined they make like an hour-long documentary on the making of the film. Spielberg talks about his life and his inspirations and how he crafted it. It's just a really brilliant watch. And if you're a fan of not only the movie, but Spielberg and his incredible body of work, it's definitely worth a watch. And it's worth picking up on physical media. It's worth picking up even just to see that, if you're a Spielberg fan, that one there. I should also say Babylon has I think it's like 45 minutes worth of featurettes on here as well, which are fascinating. They break down like the making of the movie and the visuals, the costume designs, the set designs, the performers, all of that. It is a 2-disc set, because the movie's so long, they put the movie on 1 disc and then 45 minutes of bonus on the 2nd disc there. Fabelmans is only a single disc, but yeah, you've got that 45-minute bonus features on there too. Really, like 60-minute worth of bonus features on there too. Well worth it. This one right here, we have got Megan. This is the latest kind of Blumhouse horror comedy kind of movie. I didn't love this one, but I thought it's a lot of fun. People had a lot of fun with this one. Of course, this is, it has kind of deeper themes of like adoption, and that's what they're kind of trying to tackle with this. The really great thing that Blumhouse does with their movies is they kind of put like a kind of a horrific spin on real life things. And this is the kind of the horror of someone losing a child and having to adopt and all this stuff, but is told through this horror story of this artificial intelligence robot doll that comes to life and goes and kills a bunch of people. It's very hammy, it's very cheesy, it's very camp, but it's fun, and it's meant to be. I mean, the movie never takes itself too seriously. There are a few moments in there that are just laugh out loud funny. Some of them you kind of have to wonder whether they were intentionally supposed to be funny or not. It's just like such a romp, but it's a lot of fun. It's not something that I love. It's like not my favorite movie of the year, but it's a lot of fun. It's worth watching at least once. This one has got both the theatrical and unrated edition of the movie on there. I believe they both go for the exact same length. There's like to the minute, exact same time. I just think the unrated one might have a little bit more violence, probably a couple more swears in there. I think there's some alternate cuts and stuff. But otherwise, yeah, if you want to check out that more kind of unrated version, you can check that one out on there. And there's a couple of brief bonus features on there, featurettes on there as well that you can check out too. But yeah, they're the three that have just come out right now. Universal, Sony Pictures Home Entertainment have just put out on the market. They've got a few more releases coming very soon, and I'm sure when they get sent over, I'll take a look at them for you as well. But yeah, there we go. Three really enjoyable, but two great. I love these two, and this one's a lot of fun too. I would highly recommend checking out all of these at least once. Thanks again to sanity.com.au for sending these over. Once again, head over to the website and check out their great range of home entertainment stuff. Again, one of the only places in Australia still offering this stuff, so get on it. Thanks again to Sandy for sending these over, and thanks everybody out there for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.